And you know me, bro, I never back the early kickoff. And you know me, bro, I never back the early kickoff. Back the early kickoff. And you know me, bro, I never back the early kickoff. Finesse like.
What's going on, people? Welcome to Never Back the Early Kickoff, episode 18. The podcast that keeps you one step ahead of the bookies while having a proper laugh doing it. There ain't gonna be no laughs today. Just pain.
Alright, I'll laugh.
Shut up. No filters, no nonsense. Just solid picks, proper chat. And a weekly reminder that back in the early kickoff and back in Newcastle ruins lives. My name is Leon and I am just in the absolute bin this week.
And I'm Josh and I love an acca more than life. Up the fucking Villa!
Oh my God.
So, where do you want to start?
On this week's fixtures, please.
This week's fixtures? Like, you don't want to talk about last weekend at all?
No, because I'll end up saying something I regret. Like, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed.
What are you annoyed about? Do you want to talk to me? Just imagine me as your therapist.
If I had therapy, I wouldn't turn up for my session today. Well, it'd be like I didn't understand. I wouldn't even engage, mate. Oh God!
You look like Tonali in front of goal, mate. Just not there at all.
Well, I know you're just dangling bait for me to bite now. I'm not going to bite. I'm not going to rise to it. Like, it's just so frustrating. That was such a nice bit of play as well. Just skip through three of your players, left foot, and then Emmy just comes up big with the save. It was just frustrating. Do you know what it is? And you've seen the stat, mate. But without Bruno Guimarães, we can't do anything.
Yeah,
and at the minute, like in the week, I was confident because I wasn't sure. I know you said he's definitely going to be out, but all the reports were saying it was going to be a late fitness test. Obviously,
he was always going to be out.
Okay, you know everything. So he was always going to be out. So as soon as he wasn't playing on the bench, I was like, well, this we don't win without him. So I was like, this is going to have to be a miracle to win this game. And then obviously Joe Linton getting booked early, that means he's pointless. And then he got injured straight after. So that's two of our big three out. So I thought with just Tonali in the midfield, with bloody Louis Smiley, who's got energy, but he's only a kid. And then you subbing in Jacob Ramsey, who's a lifelong Villa fan, and just came on and played like he was a Villa fan. Just did absolutely nothing. I was just thinking this is just going to be a long 90 minutes. And to be fair, like, Villa had so many opportunities on the counter-attack and just kept messing up the last ball. Like, Watkins just kept misplacing passes. Like, you had so many, like, dangerous counters where you could have made something happen.
Yeah, I know.
We were lucky to get out of it with just two, to be honest. It was shocking performance. We're a one-man team. Without Bruno, we just have no ideas. I think questions need to start being asked of Eddie Howe now. I think he's took us to a point, and I'm never going to say a bad word about him because he picked us up when we were just above the relegation zone. Yes, he's had backing, but you know he's took us in the Champions League twice, won us the trophy. So I'm never going to sit here and be like slag him off. But for me, I just think he's taken us as far as he can. I think this summer was a big summer. He spent a lot of money, and you got to look at the players he's brought in. So you look at your Voltemadas, your Vissas, your Jacob Ramseys, Anthony Elangas. That's a lot of money he's outlaid on them players, and not one of them, in my opinion, like come in and been like really hit the ground running.
Yeah.
So, and then he keeps persisting with Gordon on the left, and Gordon just isn't having a great season in the Prem. But then what do you do? Because you just stick Harvey Barnes out there, and there's nobody who you can trust on the right. So, for all the money we've spent, it just ain't working. And I think the thing that really annoys me is when we go 1-0 down in games, we don't look like we've got any ideas to break teams down. And then when we go 1 or 2 goals up, we don't look like we know how to control a game. Look, there's been so many games this season where we've gone like a couple of goals up. Chelsea, we went ahead in that game, threw it away. Spurs, we went 2-0 up, threw it away. Liverpool, that was a game that we got back into, then threw it away. Arsenal, we were 1-0 up and 2 late goals again. And then when you look at it from the other side, when we go 1-0 down, Villa, 1-0 down, no ideas. Man United, 1-0 down, no ideas. The only game what we've pulled back this season was at home against Leeds. So, the Sunderland game, Derby, like, go put in a performance, just dead. So I'm at the point now, mate, where it's like, I think Eddie Howe's took us as far as he can, and all we've got left this season now is, I think getting top 5 is going to be a struggle. Like Man United have absolutely hit form now under Carrick. That was a massive win for Villa. That stopped. Like I thought, if you lose to Everton, then you lose to us. Could start you on a bit of a slide, but I feel like that win's pretty much going to secure you top 5. So it's looking like now the best we can hope for is like Europa League, and then a run in the Champions League. So it's just not good. Not good.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because obviously you watch Newcastle a lot more than I do. So
every game.
Yeah, so you'll know. But I just think obviously it's the same thing like with Eddie Howe. It's obviously the money's there. The money's they only want to spend the money, but it's back to PSR.
Not true. That's a myth. That's a myth because
you can't go out and spend the money you want to spend. You spent a lot this summer, but you've also got a lot in revenue.
That's a myth though, because yes, PSR stopping us from doing what Man City did. So we can't go out and buy the league like Chelsea and City did. That's what PSR stopping us doing. But we've still spent a lot of money. Like Alanga was like what, 60-something million?
About 60 million.
Voltemade was a lot of money. Voltemade, you're looking at 60. Alanga was 60 odd. Jacob Ramsey was 40 odd.
What was
40 odd. That's still 200 million. Mate.
That's a lot.
That's 200 million, and not one of them's really playing consistently well. And then there's even other things like, I get we have to sell Elliot Anderson, but I'm like, look, if you're the manager, you must be looking at Elliot Anderson in training. I know it wasn't the Elliot Anderson that we know now, but he's a local lad. He was like coming through, like Louis Smiley is now. Like, I just don't get why you would sell Elliot Anderson for PSR.
Yep. Yeah, but it's the same way. It was the same reason as homegrown player, because 100% towards your PSR. It's like we didn't really want to get rid of Ramsey, and I think that was part of the things that dismantled the start of our season. But sell someone else, or don't buy someone. Like, yeah, I don't know.
There's just decisions that I just look at and I'm like, and that's why when people like, yes, PSR is annoying, but I look at Emery. Emery's performing on a shoestring budget, mate. Like. He had Marlon sold from under his nose, mate. He's having to play with crap players like Gesand, players like Jadon Sancho who don't look like they're arsed. Emi Buendia, who was like a good championship player and hasn't really done that much in the Prem, but he's playing well this season. And I'm like, how's Unai Emery getting a tune out of these players? Unai Emery didn't have 200 million to spend in the summer.
I wish he did.
I know you do, but this is my point where like I just think like. I just think he's spent the money poorly.
But again, is he a head coach? Is he a manager? It goes back to that conversation. Does he actually have any control? He might just give a list of players. These are players that we're looking at, and like I said, when it comes to player sales, who's just like, what do you do? Like, what role does he have?
He has a massive role because we had a director of football that we got rid of. We had a director of football that couldn't get the Gahey deal over the line, and then we just binned him off. So we were operating without a director of football for ages. Remember, we had that guy that Man United poached off us. Yeah, so we had him. Then he got nicked off us. We got someone else in. We got rid of that guy because he couldn't get the Gahey deal over the line. When we were offered like 60 odd million for Gahey, and then we went for ages without a director of football. We've got one in now, but Eddie Howe had a lot of power for a long time, so he was heavily involved in a lot of the transfers. And like, I get it. Like, you're not always going to get not everyone's going to be a hit. Like, you're occasionally going to have one or two that don't play well. But for him to spend all that Isaac money and to not have one player who's come in and been like, fucking hell, he's quality.
Yeah,
it ain't good enough. So I just feel a bit like Eddie Howe's a good manager, but I just think he's took us as far as he can. That's just my opinion. It's frustrating because. It's just frustrating. I feel like the Isaac thing was fucking annoying as well.
That probably had a part in dismantling your season as well, because that dragged up and right up until the end, and then obviously you've got two players over the line, two strikers over the line at the last second, and then none of them hit the ground running. They're both different profiles, aren't they, to Isaac?
Yeah, it's just frustrating because I know it's easy to look at hindsight, but it's ifs and buts. I just think to myself, God, if we could have just held on to Isaac. And then maybe had one summer signing and then just maybe gone and bought Semenyo instead of Alanga. Because Semenyo was cheaper than Alanga. And I'm just like, you look at them and they don't look like they play the same sport. Like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
But it's just one of those things. Like Elanga come off a good season with Forest, where obviously they finished in the European places, and then to be fair, they got European football because of a load of bollocks. Obviously, when Palace got knocked down to Conference League, well, obviously he had a good season, played really well, but again, it was a system. Then you've gone to a different system, and he's not done anything. He can't do anything. He don't even play. He don't even start.
No, he started a lot at the start of the season.
No, the start, but no one talk about it now.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Rightfully so, because he doesn't do anything. He just gets the ball and just kicks it out for a throw, kicks it out for a goal kick, or because Anthony Elanga is a player that needs space. So when teams play us, like some teams, not all teams, but some teams who won't just give up space. Look, Forest was a counter-attacking team, sit-in counter. It suited him. With us, he doesn't get that. So it's like he doesn't contribute anything. Like Voltemar just started off good and now has just fell by the wayside. Visser is bang average. Gordon's off the boil. So literally every game we're just relying on our midfield to do something. Like there's no like Bruno G shouldn't have 8 goals. Like he's not even an attacking midfielder. He shouldn't have 8. He shouldn't be our top scorer. That's disgusting. Like our best chances the other day. Like you had Tonali who went through 3 people on his own. Moment of magic. Emmy big save. You had like a hoist into the box. Lewis Miley midfielder again. Looping header. Like, why are our big chances being created by our midfielders? Like, where are our attackers? So, I just feel flat. I feel flat.
So I've got a question for you.
What's the question?
So after we've done the 11, the best 11, would you have Buendia over Barnes now?
Well, Buendia's not a right midfielder.
He played on the right against you.
Buendia's not. I wouldn't class him as a right midfielder.
But he played on the right against you, didn't he? Simple.
He did. He's
good from there. He played amazing, man of the match, great goal.
Yeah, I still wouldn't have him. Like, it's one performance. I mean, I personally thought Jadon Sancho plays right wing, but
yeah, Buendia was out there against you.
He wasn't. He popped up there for the goal, but Jadon Sancho was right wing because I was literally screaming at the telly like, attack down Villa's right because Jadon Sancho's not going to track Lewis Hall, so just attack down the right, and we just didn't do it. But Jadon Sancho definitely played right mid. Buendia's not a right midfielder. He just happened to pop up there, so I wouldn't have him right mid over Harvey Barnes. But I didn't want Harvey Barnes in our combined 11 anyway. Harvey Barnes is average as well.
Yeah, he just was a shoehorn.
A good right midfielder.
Yeah. So, do you think Villa are in the title race? Because after Arsenal drop points, I think we are.
No, you're not in the title race.
Of course we are.
You're not in the title race. You're not in the title race. You're definitely going to get.
Arsenal are definitely going to start dropping points now. I'm buzzing for it. I cannot wait. Lego head.
Mate, to be honest, mate, that was the. I was not in a good place after that Newcastle game, but that when that Cunha goal went in, mate, like I've got no love for Man United, but I can't stand Mikel Arteta.
I'm the same. I hate United, but I hate Arteta more.
Why do you dislike Arteta? And I'll give you my reasons.
Because he's just a knob. He just thinks he's so much better than everyone else. He just like has a sense that he's just God. And I'm like, you're not. You're just a prick.
That's a bit harsh.
Even just his face on TV just annoys me. I'm like, why? No, I don't even know why I hate him so much.
I'll tell you why I don't like him. I don't like him because he's too busy in his technical area. Like every single time you're watching an Arsenal game, he's like so animated. He's running outside his technical box. The thing I don't like about Arteta is he makes it all about him, in my opinion.
Yeah, like when he brought on like that Diamond kid. No, not that Diamond. Well, Diamond was one of them. But when he was like that other kid, he was like
1 year.
No, the one that made the history for like the youngest Premier League player or something.
1 year.
Oh, was that 1 year? I didn't realise it was him. I thought it was someone else.
It was 1 year. When Arteta first went in the job long, put him in when he was 15.
Yeah.
1 year it was. Who's been farmed off to Marseille, but I just can't stand him because he thinks, like you said, he thinks he's better than he is. In my opinion, he tries to make it about him.
And you know what? I think he's got this huge sense of entitlement.
In what sense? What makes you say that?
No, like I said, I just think it's all about him. It's the Arteta show. No, there's no one else. It's just like, well, we should be better than we are because I'm the boss. I think Pep's a bit like it as well. It's like, well, I
Do you know what it reminds me? It reminds me of a manager that he wants to win the league, but almost like wants his team to be known for winning because of his system and the way he plays. Like, he doesn't let players express themselves. Like, Eze's just gone there and he can't do nothing. He's not allowed to do nothing. It reminds me a bit like when, I know it's early days, but it reminds me a bit like when Jack went into City. Like, just you can't show any flair. Like, they've got, because the thing that annoys me about Arsenal is, like, they literally, if they don't score a set piece, then they just have no.
Well, have you seen all the stats for their forwards?
Yeah.
Like, Saka had not scored in 11 goals. Gyökeres not scored any non-penalty goals in like 11 games or something like that. Trossard won in like 13 or something like that.
But does that surprise you? Doesn't
and that's what I'm saying.
Have you actually sat and watched Arsenal play a game of
football?
football?
Just can't wait for a free kick or a corner.
They literally just play side to side, recycle until they get a corner, and then when they get a corner, they're just really good at corners. Like, and if I'm being honest, and I'm not just saying this because Villa are doing well, but I think we've all got to accept it's a poor Premier League season this year.
Yeah.
There's literally no. There's so many teams that just lack consistency. If there were two good, like, it isn't like it was like Pep's proper City team and Klopp's Liverpool that are getting.
Yeah. They would smash league. I was saying the same thing yesterday. It was literally like, if you think back to like Pep and Klopp, like when that season was 96 and 95 points or whatever it was, like, that's outrageous. Like, this team, like Man City are inconsistent. Arsenal have been obviously the best team for the top of the league, but they've just been stinking out set pieces. And then Liverpool are just, I don't even know what Liverpool are doing. I don't know what Slot are doing. Like, so it's like, and then Chelsea have been off the ball for a couple of years. They've been so inconsistent for years. So, but obviously you'd expect Liverpool, after winning the league last year, and obviously City are always there or thereabouts, to be kind of dominating, which they don't look like they can string 3 games together.
Yeah, it's just a poor standard. And then the other thing that I hate, last thing on Arteta, this isn't even about him, this is his assistant. I hate that little assistant coach who does set pieces. Oh my God. Every time I see his face, I'm just like, do you know what, he really angers me, like, more than anything? Because anytime Arsenal get a set piece, you see him like come to the edge of the technical area, so the camera's on him. And then when they score, he like proper like gives it 10. But I'm like, and then if they miss a set piece, someone misses a header, he like drops to his knees as if it's like, oh my God, my amazing set piece plan didn't quite work. How did it not go in? And what really annoys me is you never see his face on camera when they concede a set piece. You never see his face on camera when they like completely mess one up. Like, he's just a little fame-hungry little failed footballer. Crappy. I can't even say he's crap at his job. He's obviously good at his job, but I can't stand his little face. Honestly, winds me up. He winds me up.
You said you got anything else to say about Arteta or his assistant?
I just dislike the assistant. Arteta winds me up, and do you know what? I hope they go another year without winning the league. And this isn't even because of Arteta. It's just because the style of football's crap as well. Gyökeres is just a big stiff idiot up front that just does absolutely nothing. Like, they're just not a good team. Just not a good team. Did you see any other games over the weekend?
No, I didn't manage to catch anything apart from the obviously the Villa Newcastle and the. Did
you not see? Say it was another good game. Liverpool, mate, shit in the bed last minute.
Yeah, I did see that. I was like,
oh my God, Virgil van Accident, mate, at the back. Oh my God, he had an absolute mare. 2 of the goals were his fault out of 3 they let in.
Oh really?
Then, yeah. So the first one, he just thought the ball was going out of play and like miscleared it. It was poor. The third goal was a long throw and he thought he got pushed by someone, but he didn't.
It's one of them ones where the hope for a push. The hope the VAR like get intervenes for a push. Konza does that a lot. Konza goes down like a sack of shit all the time.
The difference between Konza and Van Dijk is Van Dijk's about 6'4" and proper built. Konza's quite like, he's not skinny, but he's like quite a slender centre half, like build wise compared to Van Dijk. Yeah. So when Van Dijk gets pushed, it just doesn't like. It's like, mate, you shouldn't get moved. Like, I think it was like Ryan Christie. Like, mate, that guy shouldn't be knocking you out the way. And then the funny thing was the second goal they conceded. It was so funny. Like, Joe Gomez got injured, and Liverpool had the ball and they didn't put the ball out. And then Bournemouth got the ball and then they went through and scored. and they were whinging that Bournemouth didn't put the ball out. It's like, mate, you had the ball for ages. Like, you could have put it out, but you chose not to. It was so funny.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. That happens a lot. Like, it's like, like a player goes down. We done it a lot yesterday. It was embarrassing at one point. I swear at one point we had like 3 players down on the floor just rolling around, and then got on 2 seconds later.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, okay, we've got the ball, so we're going to attack, and we're not going to put the ball out. But then as soon as you, like, if the attack fails and it goes to your keeper, then you play out. And it's like, oh, well, you need to put the ball out now.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it was. It was ridiculous. I'm not going to get back on.
It just reminds me of that. It just reminds me of the, do you remember Villa Leeds when it all kicked off? And then they scored from it, and then Bielsa made them let us score a goal.
Yeah. Yeah. But
that was a big one.
I don't want to go back over the Newcastle Villa game because you deserve the win, but there were like 2 points in that game where I was like, these are just absolute fuckers. Emi Martinez done the worst one. He literally caught a ball, like, stepped back onto the post, had it in his hands for about a second, and then just fell backwards. And I'm just like, oh my God.
His back was done.
I was like, the thing was, it's like he hit the post and didn't even fall down. He hit the post, stood up, stood forward with the ball, had it in his hands for a second, and then fell to the ground in slow motion. And I was like, nah, this guy's taking a piss.
I love that guy.
But, do you know what it is like? You know how you love Emi Martinez, but he winds everyone else up? That's how I feel about Joe Linton. Like, you were watching it, messaging me like, this guy's a horror.
Right, he's horrible. He's a horrible person, man.
He kicked the back of Tielemans' ankles. He fouled Rodgers badly. He fouled someone
Onana.
Onana and Rodgers in the same sequence of play.
Oh, mate, I don't know how he didn't go off the pitch with a red card.
Funny.
But then United, what 2 goals they were.
Yeah, I know.
Dorgu was an absolute whopper.
Ballon Dorgu?
Yeah. And then Kuna, I'm so happy with him. I hate United.
Yeah, Cunha was his goal was unbelievable, mate. Like, when he scored that, mate, I've got no love for United, but when that hit the back of the net, I was so happy.
Yeah,
I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, thank God, just that was a win for football, justice for football, mate.
Yeah,
just football, because Arsenal, like, what Arsenal are doing this season should be a criminal offence. So that was like justice for football. I was happy.
We've discussed the football of the weekend and Villa's great win over Newcastle. So what happened with all your betties?
I love how you paused for a second to see if I was going to say anything, mate. I ain't got the energy. Like, Newcastle drained me of all my energy the weekend. So
I wanted to wait and see what you had to say. To just see the look on your face. Just see the pain.
I haven't got anything to say. I mean, to be honest, it was another one of those weeks where it was like a couple of good moments for me, a couple of bad moments. So I'll start with the good. So I landed 2 first player cards.
Nice.
One was that, I forgot his first name. I think his name's Danny Viger, because he was playing against...
yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing against Zaccagni, so Zaccagni just doing Zaccagni things. He got booked first, 14-1, so that was a nice W for me. And then I got Juan Jesus, or Juan Jesus, the left centre half for Napoli. They were playing Juve on Sunday, and he was lining up against Conceição, who's like a little nipper.
Yeah, little chicken.
Yeah, so he was 11-1 as well. So
nice.
They were like 2 good wins, mate. But then I put a lot into the Newcastle Villa game, and so first half fouls. I don't usually go in that market anymore. But I thought with Newcastle Villa, I'm confident on this. Had Matty Cash done his foul, Joe Linton done his foul, Wissa against Konza done his foul, and then I had Tonali as well, because I thought Tonali will foul Rodgers at some point in that first half. Didn't happen, so that cost me. That would have been 340. Then I had Joe Linton and Cash, both to be booked. Obviously, Joe Linton went in, Cash didn't get booked, so that cost me. Then obviously, with Joe Linton going in first and Villa winning, I thought, right, Emi Martinez was on to his antics.
Oh, he was on from. I think even from about the first 10 minutes, he was like time wasted and just.
So I went in on Emi. He didn't go in, and then I went in on Onana because he had done 3 fouls at half time. He didn't go in. So that was a bit of a kick in the nuts, because I knew Villa were going to get some in the second half. It just happened to be both of them on bloody Elanga, which was so annoying. So I lost a fair bit in the Newcastle Villa game, which was done my head in. What else over the weekend? Obviously, ACCA-wise, I got PSV. PSV were the only team that messed.
They are literally the most consistent team in the world. Usually.
PSV, man, they were 1-0 up as well. They were 1-0 up. Literally went off it, went back on, like, and they scored, letting 2 goals in like 1 minute before half time. I was like, how's this? I thought like the app was glitching. I was like, how are they letting 2 goals in 60 seconds?
Yeah.
What's actually happening? But even at 2-1 down, I thought they'll come back and do something.
Yeah.
So PSV, that was a 12-fold that returned 670 quid. They were the only team. So that was again that was really frustrating. I don't think I'm gonna bet on PSV. Do you know why? Because I've pretty much won their league already. So I'm just like, especially after a midweek Champions League game, when they're playing after the Champions League, I'm just not going to bother with them now, because you can't beat NAC at home. And what we're even talking about here?
Yeah, NAC are really bad. They're really poor.
So that was frustrating. And then I think the one that really hurt the most was Abdi Ezazuli. You know how much I love that man.
Yeah.
You know how much I love that man. He was playing against the right back, who for some reason gets booked quite a lot, but barely does any fouls, which I can't really work that out. Why?
But that just means it's a bad foul then every time he does one.
Well, he gets
or it's maybe not.
He gets booked like between 7 to 11 times a season, but yet he commits about 0.5 fouls a game. It's weird. But I thought, you know what, it's Abdi. I'm going to go first card. The geezer was 14-1 first card. I was like buzzing. So I'm watching the game. Abdi gets in the box, puts the cross in, and the guy hits him late. The ref gives a penalty and books him, first card. I'm like, show me the money. Show me the money. Do you know what happened?
VAR.
He went to VAR, and then he didn't foul Abdi at all. What happened was Abdi crossed it and then stepped on his ankle when he crossed it, and then fell over. So the ref went straight to the screen, ran.
No.
Mate, it was so painful because he ran to the screen. Mate. I'd literally one look at it. He didn't even, you know, like sometimes you're like, oh my God, I know a ref's not going to overturn a VAR. I know that guy did it in the City game the other day, but I was like, I know you're not going to overturn it, but please just look at the screen a few times. At least make me believe it's going to be a difficult decision for you. Mate, he literally just ran over, one view, straight off, mate. No. Didn't give the pen, rescinded the yellow card. I was just like, then I was like praying. I was like, bet 365, please put through the booking, please glitch it, because it appeared like first yellow, but his name didn't come up. So I was like, please just register it as a card, let me get my money out, and then I can run to the hills. But just like no. So that was painful. That would have been like a 520 or 560. I think a 520.
That is bad.
I thought that was it. So yeah, mate. So very, very conflicted. So I was still up the weekend, still like up by a good amount, but it was just one of them ones where it was like it could have been a fucking amazing weekend, but it is what it is, mate. We move. There's always another week. What about you? The Acca King.
Frustrating.
After last week, you were like, I'm going to win this week. So how'd you get on?
Frustrating. So obviously I posted my Acca and all the reasoning why on TikTok, and I had a 12-fold, and PSV won their teams, which I'd never expect PSV to let me down. They've literally, out of 20 games, they've won 17, drew 2, and lost 1. So like I said, winning 17 out of 20 games is like pretty ridiculous, really. And obviously they drew, and then Spurs away to Burnley. I know Spurs are Spurs, but Spurs are like the second best team in the league away from home. Burnley, one of the worst teams at home. I know Burnley got a draw against Liverpool the other day, but that's not hard against Liverpool, is it, at the moment? No. I thought Spurs, after the midweek that they had, winning against Dortmund away from home, go and take that form into the league. No, you played well. Go get your 3 points against a really poor team. And they shut the bed. Absolutely shut the bed.
I've got no sympathy.
And I'm just like, the league, like the manager's on the board, like on the verge of getting sacked. Like, surely the players are going to at least try and fight for him a little bit.
What would they try and fight for him? Matt, I saw Mickey van der Ven and Jed Spence walk past him off the pitch when he was telling him to go.
And it's literally like, but they're just reliant. Like, both the centre half scored. Like, you can't be relying on your centre half to score. Like, I don't know what's going on there.
Matt, they've been relying on their centre halves for like half the season.
Yeah, exactly. But I just thought after the winning in the Champions League, they've got to go on. Burnley are really poor. So and they play better away from home than do at home. Like they haven't got the second best form in the league for no reason.
I'm going to ask you a question. Like, the next time you consider putting Spurs on Aka, think to yourself.
Put in the face.
No.
No. Next time I'm going to put Spurs on the Aka, I think I'm just going to punch myself in the face.
No, you ain't got to do that. You just ask yourself, all right, who's going to score for Spurs today? That's what I ask myself. I'm like, who's going to actually score for this team today? Because Solanke's not going to score. Tell's not going to score. Coleman's not going to score. Xavi Simons isn't going to score. So it's like their biggest goal threat is Christian Romero. If you want to hang your hat on Romero to win a game for Spurs, then you go for it.
Well, yeah, Xavi Simons hit the bar in the last in injury time to win the game.
I wonder. I'm going to have a quick look while you're talking now. How many goals Xavi Simons has got for Tottenham? I'm going to
probably not, to be honest. I remember flicking it on and then seeing the ball hit.
What? He's got 1 goal in 17 games.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't think he was going to. Like, I just said he hit the bar.
How many goals do you think Wilson Odebear's got in 21 games this season?
Probably 1, maybe 2.
Odebear's not scored. And
obviously, Kudos being out. Solanke, I know played a bit. Did he start? I don't even know who he started up front from. But anyway, bag of shit. Spurs are Spurs. Balance. And then I had, but that was for about. I think it was about. I can't remember if it was 600 or 800 quid. Because you get the boost on Bet365 because it was a 12-fold. And then I did have a bigger one with a few more teams on. Obviously, Bayern shut the bed, which would have been an Aka fucking breaker. Like, so I don't know who would have won. Actually, would have won much this weekend with PSV and Bayern. Like they're two like on your Aka every weekend now, regardless of who they're playing. I didn't have Bayern on that one. I had them on a different one. I also had another frustrating one last week as well in the Europa League. I had a little 6-fold. It's for a good few hundred quid, to be fair. And it was 140 to 1. And then I had 2 teams. It was an 8-fold. I had 2 teams let me down, but I had some like outside picks. So I had Villa against Fenerbahce. They were like 19 to 10. And I had Braga to beat Forest. They were 7 to 4. Rangers were 23 to 20. And so like I did just pick like all favourites. And then the 2 games that let me down was Porto away to Pleasant, which they had 67% possession, 19 shots, 8 on target, missed a penalty, and it finished 1-1. So that was just an absolute stinky one. And the XG was 2.14. And then Blagner at home to Celtic. To be fair, the XG was quite close. The XG was 2.64 for Blagner and Celtic were 2.1. But they had 36 shots, 10 on target, 16 corners. And Celtic had a man sent off.
Early as well.
Early. Yeah, so they went 1-0 up and then they had a man sent off. Then they went 2-0 up after when they went man down. 2-2 in the 72nd minute. So you're like, okay, 28 minutes now. Sorry, 18 minutes now. But your boy on Campiani. And yeah, just fizzled out. But that's ridiculous though, that isn't it? Was it like 10 shots on target? So yeah, that would have been an 8-fold, like I said, because I had some outside favourites. Like Villa, like 19 to 10, Braga, which again, that was a slice look in that game. That's one of them things that happen. You go, that's going to win me a bet, that is. When stuff like that goes your way. It didn't, unfortunately. So yeah, I had a little one on Sunday, which I picked 4 teams. It was, let me get the teams up. I can't actually remember off the top of my head.
Rangers.
Yeah.
Man City women.
Yeah, Man City women, Rangers, and Chelsea. And then I did have somebody else. Who was it? Feyenoord, I think it was. That come in quite easily. It was only about a 3 to 1, so I put on 20 quid and it returned me 95. So it was enough to be a little tick over win. But
offsets some of the damage.
It offsets the damage, yeah. So. But it's just annoying because there's so many teams that won on the weekend. Well, on Sunday especially, that just absolutely just walked it. No dramas. That it's just one of the days. If we just went with a Baldy, probably could have been up for a big amount. But yeah, I've seen some interesting bets. Got sent over a bet that someone had a 75 to 1, Villa to win and over 2 goals, United to win over 2 goals, and another game. I'll beat the game up now. Over 2 goals to win. That was like a 70-1 that coming really well. And then obviously, one of our mates, he won a good amount, didn't he?
Yeah, but like he said, it was one of them. It's frustrating.
The other one was the Chelsea and over 2 goals. So Chelsea, Villa, United, all to win, all away games, over 2 goals in each game.
That's interesting, but realistically, like fair play to him for winning that. But that's not anything that I don't know. That's just not anything that would ever have crossed my mind. I didn't see Villa going to St James's and winning. I didn't see Arsenal losing. Arsenal haven't lost a game at the Emirates all season.
52 games, I think it is 11 lost at the Emirates.
He deserved a big win to back all of those outsiders, but
yeah, and even Chelsea was 6-5.
I think that's a good shout because Palace are just.
Well, that was part of my research. Like Chelsea, obviously, kind of. I'm not convinced by Rosnier, but obviously the stats speak for themselves. Palace are just in the bin. Palace are just.
Yeah, you can't keep ripping their best players out. Like,
well,
I think they could go down this season.
I think. Well, obviously, I'm surprised Mateta started because he's literally said I want to leave. Gay, he's obviously gone. Eze went at the start of the season. Wharton's on his way out. Like they've got nothing. They've got nothing now. They've got like all the best players don't want to be there or have left. So now you're just stuck. And then I think the biggest thing is the manager. If you can keep you can replace the players and you might get someone else in, you might have a bit of a blip. But when your manager's also like, I'm done.
Yeah. But he clearly doesn't want to be. Like he said he's leaving, but he doesn't even want to be there till the end of the season. It's not even like a Casemiro thing. Like Casemiro said, I'm gone in the summer, but he's going to put in maximum effort until you can just tell. Whereas like this Glasner's like, nah, like you've absolutely fucked me. Like I don't want to be here. Like I'd quite happily you sack me now. Like
yeah,
his motivation's just in the fucking toilet.
Yeah, they've got to sack him before the end of the season because I don't see where it gets better. I just don't see where it gets better for him.
No. I genuinely think that'll be a good team to back to lose a few games. I will, because yeah, in a whole world of trouble. So
we've reflected a lot on the past week and weekend. What are you looking at this week? Because again, Champions League, lots of important games. Europa League, again, must-win games for some teams. And then obviously moving on to the Prem again for the next weekend.
Yeah, I mean, these are the weeks that I love, when it's got full European fixture set, Prem, all the leagues around Europe. There's a lot to sort of work with. But what I think I'm going to do is it's a bit trickier this week because in the Europa League and the Champions League, because it's the final round of the group games, every single game's kicking off at the same day at the same time. So you've got, how many fixtures is that in total? So you've got 18 fixtures. So,
yeah, and then you got 36 including the Europa League as well.
Yeah, so you got 18 on Wednesday night, 18 on Thursday night. So what I'm going to do is, again, when it comes to the Champions League, Europa League, it all depends on the games where something's on the line for certain teams and how seriously they're taking it. So what I'm going to do is on Wednesday, as soon as lineups are out, I'm going to go through all of the games and then I'm going to do a video on players to keep an eye out for in the Champions League, because I wouldn't want to commit to any names now because I need to wait for. I need the Champions League. I need to wait for lineups.
And like some of the games, obviously some teams are kind of out, so it's not like it's not that big a deal. Like for example, Rangers I know are definitely out, so are they just going to rest players because they want to focus on the league?
Even if they play their best team, like games like that, I'm not bothered about because. Why are they going to be rattling into tackles? Like whether they play the first team or the second stringers, who cares? Like Arsenal are playing that absolute no-name team at home, so Arsenal are going to win.
They're like 1-25 to win.
Yeah, Arsenal are going to win that about 6-0, and there's going to be like not one foul, like not one yellow card in the game.
Well, they'll probably surely he's going to start all the kids.
Yeah, he would. Well, he won't. He would start his second stringers, who are just unbelievable. So it'll be like Ben White, Mosquera, Hicapie.
Madueke,
Norgard, Eze,
Jesus probably.
Yeah, he'll play Jokeris to try and get him a few goals, or Havertz if he's back. So
he's got injured again. I think Havertz is injured again.
It's a waste of time, him. So what Champions League and Europa, I will do a card picks video, one for Wednesday night, one for Thursday night. The games for the weekend that I'm going to keep an eye on, Newcastle play Liverpool, Anfield, Saturday night, 8 o'clock. So I think, especially after how poor we've been, I'll expect a performance. I think that the worrying thing for us is we're away in Paris on Wednesday, so I think we'll probably get more injuries in that game, and then we're going to be tired in the Liverpool game. But it's still a big game. We're still going to have to do something. So I think the players that I think will most likely get booked in that game would be, I think Conor Bradley's still going to be injured, so I would say Anthony Gordon. He got sent off in the last time we played Liverpool. He rattled Van Dijk for no reason.
Oh yeah.
He always seems to try hard in these games. I think he's trying to get a move to Liverpool, to be honest. So I think Gordon will get booked. I also think Szoboszlai might get one as well, because I think Szoboszlai will be sort of towards the right of the midfield, and I can just see him coming across and fouling Lewis Hall when Lewis Hall goes on one of his runs. So I think Szoboszlai, Anthony Gordon, two outside picks really, but I think those two in that game. Chelsea, West Ham, I think it's going to be littered with cards. West Ham have turned the corner, and Chelsea are Chelsea. Bit of a London derby. So in that game, you've got the likes of Moises, Enzo Fernandez, always like them two for cards. I also quite like Tati Castellanos for West Ham, the new centre forward. He got loads of bookings for Lazio. I think he's got 3 bookings already, 2 or 3 already. He's only played like 5 games for West Ham.
That's funny, that is.
Yeah, so I think Tati will get one. So I think in the West Ham Chelsea game it'll be Tati, and then Enzo or Moises, one of them two in that game. So I think that's sort of the main Prem games I'm looking at. In terms of the Sunday,
What about City Spurs?
it all depends on what team City play. It all depends on what team City play and what team Spurs play. What I would say is Conor Gallagher's not been booked this season yet for them. So I can't see Conor
One
Gallagher.
game.
That'll be his 3rd game.
I thought he was played one game.
He's played them twice now. Played against who did he play? He played against West Ham and he played against Burnley.
Oh, I thought the weekend first game.
No, so I can't see Conor Gallagher going 3 games without a card. So I think in the City Spurs game, Conor Gallagher as well. But yeah, I'd say the main thing is just keep an eye out for the card pick videos for Champions League, because I think there's going to be so many players getting booked. Because you got to think there are going to be players who, like, in the games when it's like a straight shootout for qualification, like if things aren't going a team's way, like people are going to just start lashing out and just taking yellows out of frustration. So
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of money to be won Wednesday and Thursday night in particular. To keep an eye out for those. But that's me. What about you? You've got a lot of games to play with this over the next 7 days. What are you thinking for Akers?
Yeah, so from the midweek, I've got sign off with the Champions League. I've got Atletico to beat Bodo. Atletico kind of need to win to finish in the top 8, and they've won all the games at home, so I think they're pretty nailed on. I know Bodo beat City last week, and they need a result. Well, they need to win to kind of get into the top 24, but I think Atletico at home will probably be too strong. Barca at home to Copenhagen, again, same thing. They need to get in to secure the top 8. They've won 11 on the bounce in all comps, so I think, yeah, they're nailed on, and the odds aren't great for Barcelona, but it's an easy addition for the kind of betting, betting boost. City at home to Galatasaray. That one, they've got injuries, but again, City need to win to get into the top 8. They don't want 2 extra games. They don't need 2 extra games. And so the rest did Haaland on the weekend, so I think Haaland will be back in, and I think they're going to want to win, get through to the next stage, and then Gahey should be available.
He's not available. Is he eligible?
No, in the next stage. No, in the next stage for the next round.
Yeah, but Gahey and Semenya can't play.
Not this week, but after the next stage, in the next stage you can.
Yeah, I
So
know.
yeah, but I'm saying, get through this week and then get to the next stage, and then obviously you have Gahey and Semenya. They don't want to play the 2 extra games.
Oh, obviously not. But without Gahey, it doesn't matter what they want to do. I've seen them drive without Gahey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That cousin of and that whatever the hell his name is.
Aliyane or whatever it is.
How many did Bodo score past them the other day?
3.
What do you think Osimhen's going to do to them two?
We'll see. Well, I just think City need to win for that top 8 spot. They don't want 2 extra games.
You said this when they played Man U. You said they've got to go to Old Trafford and win.
I did say that, and they have to. They had to, but they didn't.
People who are listening, do not put City on. I'm telling you now.
Bolton at home to Burton Albion again. They're fighting for that automatic promotion. They're level on points with Bradford and Stockport. They're chasing Cardiff. Cardiff are the next team. Cardiff are my favourite team to bet on this year. They've been flowing. And last 10 home games have won 9, and they've only drawn 1 against Stockport. So they should be able to beat Barnsley. Barnsley haven't won away from home in 6. Cambridge at home to Shrewsbury again. They're pushing for automatic. It's getting to that time of the season where you can't afford to drop points, especially when you're playing against teams that are low down in the league that are relegation fodder. MK Dons are the same. They're exactly the same spot as Cambridge. Bristol Rovers are 1 place below Shrewsbury. So again, it's just that shootout for the top spots, automatic promotion. Celtic at home to Utrecht. Again, it's a must-win game for them. They sit 24th in the thingy, so if they in the league. So if they don't win, they're done. Even a point won't help them. Bologna away to Tel Aviv. Bologna can't make the top 8, but they'll be trying to force their way into the as high as possible, so they play the lower team. And then Leipzig are playing St. Pauli. They're away from home. Leipzig again are pushing for Champions League spots. And St. Pauli are in the relegation zone, probably not going to get out of it. So if they want to push on and get a Champions League spot, they need to start somewhere. And then the last one is Porto tonight against Gil Vicente. Porto are the most formed team in the league, playing the best football, but the only worry with that one is if they might rest a couple of players for the Rangers game, because they're playing the Rangers. And Rangers are already out, so yeah. And then Porto against Rangers on Thursday, that's another big one. Porto need to win, get in the top 8. That's it.
Yeah, definitely. Now, some good picks there. Some good picks, some sound justification. I just don't agree with the City show. Everything else makes sense, but the City one's risky. Yeah,
that's them and Leipzig are the riskiest ones. So, but again, you got to be in it to win it, right?
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
As usual, guys, thanks for watching. It was an up and down week with PSV absolutely killing everyone as well as Bayern. But good luck for the week ahead. Hopefully with some bets coming in. Peace out.
Until next time. I can't believe it just isn't up and down, mate. It's a down week, mate. Newcastle got beat by Villa. It doesn't get any worse than this.
Right, it's the up week for me.
The only way is up from here. But have a good one and catch you all next week.
And don't forget to tune in next week for Never Back the Early Kickoff. Thanks for watching. Follow us across socials for more. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please gamble responsibly. 18+.